While the gentlemen are coming up, I'll make the few announcements that I have to make just quickly at the moment. For those who have not heard them before, there will be a slight change in the program tomorrow morning. I'm afraid it's going to interfere with your watching the balloons unless we draw the curtains on this side over here so you can see the park. But because we're going to be quite active at 10 o'clock inside the Statler. At 9 o'clock here in the ballroom, we will start the seminar on red influence in the churches, which is scheduled in your program to begin at 10. But because of other events, we're advancing that to 9, and it's my understanding that they say they will start promptly at 9, even if they only have 2, 3, or 4 people here, and the others come in later. But they would hope that there would be a lot more than that at 9 o'clock. They will finish punctually at 10:30, and then we will hear the speech that we didn't hear this morning from David Patton, the outstanding scientist in the geological and scientific world, on the fallacy of the theory of evolution. It's a very important speech, and it should be of great interest to everyone. Also tomorrow morning, and this is another complication for you in your decision as to just what you want to do, there will be a 3-hour seminar starting also at 9 o'clock, and this will be in the 4th floor conference room, which I assume is 402. I'm not quite sure about that. I'll get the number and make sure of it before I close the meeting tonight. But at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, there will be a special 3-hour seminar, and I'm told it will include a midway coffee break, on political science, economics, and world history, given by Mr. John F. McManus, a staff member of the John Birch Society, under the title of An Overview of the World We Are In. Jack McManus is a writer and lecturer, former Marine Corps officer, and electronics engineer. He's a graduate of Holy Cross College and a resident of Wakefield, Massachusetts. And you will find him a very forceful, pleasant speaker with a lot of worthwhile information. Some gentleman was kind enough to loan me this little memorandum about Charlie Smith's paper, saying where you could subscribe to the Voice of Watts, and I was to return it to him, but he was not visible when I came down. If he wants it, he can get it from me. I still have it. I also should remind you and tell those who are here for the first time that Rose Martin, the author of Fabian Freeway, has now brought out a paperback edition of How Communists Negotiate by Admiral C. Turner Joy. It tells the story of the absolutely devastating series of conferences at Panmunjom, at which our United States negotiators gave away everything. The communists gave away nothing, and he insists that that is the technique of communist negotiation, explains it at some length. It's been out of print for some time, and fortunately Miss Martin was able to persuade Macmillan to let her have the paperback rights, and so it is now again in print. It is a volume of considerable importance, especially anybody who wants a clear understanding of what to expect from the series of talks in Paris. And the new introduction has been written by Vice Admiral R.E. Libby, who is a retired naval officer who was in the negotiating team at Panmunjom in the early days with Admiral Turner Joy. So that is available in Stanborough Hall at the book booth, where we have a large collection of books from various publishers. Also in there are a number of books by Mr. Cleon Skousen, a name that you may have heard somewhere, and he is going to be very happy, so we understand, to autograph books for anyone who wants to get them. The first thing to do is to acquire the book and then catch Cleon Skousen. But that shouldn't be too difficult. And because now that he's actually on the platform, all his preparatory work is out of the way, and he can be visible for a while.